Hey guys, today we're starting solving equations. We'll start with one-step equations and then move on from there. So let's go ahead and get started. So remember, the goal in solving an equation is to get the letter by itself. You do this using inverse operations, meaning the opposite. So like here on number one, we're trying to get n alone. You can see that n is not alone because of the minus one. So the opposite of subtracting one would be to add one. Remember, equations are equal on both sides. So what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So then negative 1 plus 1 would be 0, so that cancels out. That gives us the n. We still have the equals. And then on the other side, you'd simplify. Negative 21 plus 1 would be negative 20. So that gives us our answer. Make sure you show your one step of work. So like on number 2, it's always the same questions then. What's keeping b from being alone? B is not alone because of plus 8. How do you move a plus 8? We would subtract 8. What we do on the right side of the equation, we have to do on the left side of the equation. So then 8 minus 8 is 0. That cancels out. So that gives us B alone on the right side. It doesn't matter which side we get our letter, our variable alone on, so that's fine. And then on the left side, 6 minus 8 is negative 2. So we get B equals negative 2. And that one's done. So solving a one-step equation is going to take you one step to get the variable, the letter, alone. So on number 3, we have m over 14, which is like m divided by 14. So m's not alone because of the divide by 14. To get rid of a divide by 14, we would multiply by 14. So what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So then the 14 over 14 would cancel out. We would get m equals negative 17 times 14 is negative, I don't know about you, but I'm going to use my calculator here. 17 times 14 is 238. So we get negative 238. Yeah. All right, 4. What's keeping v from being alone is this negative 17. So the opposite of that would be to add 17. What we do on the left, we have to do on the right. So the negative 17 plus 17 cancels. V is alone. And on the right-hand side, we simplify. Negative 17 plus 17 is 0. So our answer is V equals 0. Number 5, we have K plus 6. The opposite of adding 6 would be to subtract 6. What we do on the left, we have to do on the right. So 6 minus 6 cancels, gets our K alone to equal 3 minus 6 would be negative 3. Number 6, we have a number right in front of a letter. Remember, when there's a number right in front of a letter, that represents multiplication. So this is negative 7 times n. So the opposite of multiplying by negative 7 would be to divide by negative 7. So then negative 7 over negative 7 cancels. I have n alone to equal, I know a negative divided by negative is a positive. Let's see, 84 divided by 7 would be 12. If you didn't know that, you could use your calculator. All right, the other 6, same concept. X is on the right. X is not alone because of the minus 12. So to get rid of a minus 12, we would add 12. What we do on the right, we have to do on the left. So the negative 12 plus 12 cancels. So we have x alone on the right. Remember, it doesn't matter which side you get x alone on. And negative 2 plus 12 is 10. So x equals 10. Number 8, p divided by 19 equals 19. So p is not alone because of the divide by 19. So the opposite of dividing by 19 is to multiply by 19. So then 19 over 19 cancels. We get P equals, I'm going to use my calculator again. 19 times 19 is 361. So one-step equation should take you one step of work to find your solution. All right, number 9, P minus 2. So the opposite of subtracting 2 of minus 2 is to add 2. So we go ahead and we add 2 to both sides. Negative 2 plus 2 cancels. We get P equals 11 plus 2 is 13. Number 10, x minus 12 equals 5. X is not alone because of the minus 12. So to get rid of a minus 12, we would add 12. What we do on the left, we have to do on the right. So the negative 12 plus 12 cancels. We get x equals 5 plus 12 is 17. Number 11, we have negative 16 equals 2 plus r. So the opposite of this adding 2 on the right-hand side here would be to subtract 2. What you do on the right, you have to do on the left. So that gets r alone to equal negative 16 minus 2. Be careful with your signs there, would be negative 18. Remember, use your calculator if you're not very good with adding and subtracting positives and negatives. Last example, negative 4a equals negative 44. Well, remember, when there's a number right in front of a letter, that's multiplication. So to get rid of a multiply by negative 4, we would divide by negative 4. What we do to the left, we have to do to the right. So we end up with a equals negative 44 divided by negative 4 is 11. So our answer is a equals 11. That is how you solve one-step equations. Have a great day.